I've finished all the squares. I've put them on my bed, laid them out as I want them. Now I've got to make them into piles. I've actually sewn this one together, as you can see. Sewn them together because I forgot to record. That's the real truth. So I've labelled it. Get the camera in the right place. Is that focusing? Oh, God, fuck. I've just changed my glasses. I can't see. So it's one to the right, and this is telling me it's the top. I will know by the black border, but it's just to cover myself. So what I'll do is, I'm hand holding this camera at the moment. I've put them like this, down the way, collect them, like so. I will give a count, I've forgotten. I've got a new stand and a new mic, so I've got all the stuff on my desk. So I'll put on, found a little label on my wall, to right. I'll pin that there, and I'll do that to all of them, because obviously I won't finish that sewing that by bedtime. I want to get into my bed. So, pretty cool, isn't it? I'm quite pleased with that. Good morning, Visible Watchers. My name's Berenice. I go by Belle or Bernie. As I said before, I can't make up my mind, so I leave it to others to see what they want to call me. This morning, I'm going to put my blocks together. Got a few piles of them, and they're numbered. Got them in columns or strips down the way. So that's number 5. I've taken a couple of videos, but I'm not happy with the mic and one thing and another, so I'll just start again. So this is what we're going to do this morning. I do one to show you, and I can plod through the day and get the others done to get to join the strips together. Cup of tea. First thing in the morning, cup of tea. And my big B one. Right, so there's my blocks. Top one's going to be at the top. I took the label off. So what I do is keep the number on in the middle there. So this is number 5 because I've done some before, which I filmed but didn't like. I know I'm repeating myself, but don't know what I'm going to keep in and keep out. So that's the way it's going to go, and I'm going to keep them just like that, so I could just slip them off the pile and put them on like that. Okay, turn it over. Now the seams all go towards the border, but I want to butt them up, so I'll take this one the other way. Just do the top inch or whatever, finger press, because you're only sewing 1/4 inch seam, so long as it catches down. And I keep my finger, thumbs, anything, any digit on that seam. I put it down, see I'm still holding it. I can straighten up that part and put it under the machine. Still holding it, so while I put down the foot, 1/4 inch foot, I'm still holding it. And I was going to say something else there and I've forgotten what. So I'm just going to start. Makes a funny machine. It's the first stitch of the day. Go slowly. I'm just looking at the mic, making sure I've got the mic in the top of the camera. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. See, so I was holding that down and making sure that one's facing up. So this one's down and facing up. You do have to watch, because sometimes on the ridges or something it will slip back, and that's how I end up with two sometimes, which I probably will end up in this strip column. So there's the two. That looks all right. Technology, you know, you're always worrying about technology. So lay that one on there, see the main border down there, and I always take the longer side. You can get your own way of doing this, you know, you can just put it there and sew it that way, but you get your own pattern, your own way of doing it. So obviously that one, see, it wants to go towards the border, but I've made that on the seam line go the other way towards the block. Okay, so I've got to make sure that one's the same. Just keeps it tidy and a little bit easier for quilting later on. So I'm still holding on to that. See, put it on the bed. Just make sure that's in line there. So again, against the 1/4 inch foot, I'm holding it with my finger, and I'm going to change it now. Put the foot down, and right, okay. Looking at me watch news. So make sure that this block, the square within the square seam is under your foot as well, because that can get caught. That's why it's worth going slowly. So that one's going up. You're just double checking that's going down. And I haven't got the machine going fast here. Just take your time. There's a lot to think about, especially at 7 AM in the morning. But I wanted to get this section done because I say I've filmed it a couple of times and it all went haywire. But learning curve, no hardship. I've got nothing else to do at the moment. I'm hoping to go and pick up my machine, my other sewing machine today. That'll be good. But I've enjoyed using this wee one. So I have. See, I'm holding on to that seam, and the other one's facing up away. So you can stop there. If your foot's on the seam, it keeps it in place for you, especially if this wanders a wee bit, these two border bits. Shouldn't do, but sometimes it will. That's pretty good. Pretty good, see? Yeah. Very nice, isn't it? Still chuffed with it. Pleased. Chuffed and pleased. In case non-Brits don't know what I'm talking about. So this one, you see, it wants to go to the border, but down at the seam here, where the whole joining block, I can tell it's going that way. Butt up against. I'll repeat myself, but it's worth it. The more you hear, the more you learn, isn't it? You can't just listen to something once and know it. Of course, if you do know it, you can fast forward. Very nice. I'm just thinking here, but I'm thinking what I'm going to do next, or say next, but it's about joining another strip. See, I nearly turned that over, but see, away, but no, this one's straight across the border, and it is down here where I joined the blocks together. So the one behind is the one that goes the other way. It's so easy. As I said, it just keeps it nice. It keeps it like, instead of having all them 4 layers, well, in fact there's more than that. There's 2 here, 2 of the seam, 2, there's 6 layers for when you're quilting. So do it the other way and it'll be a wee bit easier on your needle, etc. That's from my experience anyway. I haven't been at it long, it's just what I've learned by my mistakes, as you do. Yeah, and I was having a cup of tea and that. Well, half of this cup of tea, and I thought, right, I wanted to sort the banner out on my YouTube channel, which I've done. I've made a new one, which I'm happy with. So, again, it wants to go to the border. It does make it a bit thicker there, so the swings and roundabouts, I've got to go over that in the quilt. I'm just thinking there. But anyway, this is where I do it. So towards, away from the border, so this one's behind just stays naturally because it wants to go. Hold it for dear life. So you stay down, your finger on it all the time. And keep that down because that's so easy to flap up there. You know, if it's just up a bit, it'll get caught. It's been pressed, but it's it can still happen. So I'm holding that one down, finger there, and then the foot's on the seam. That's okay. And if it wanders a little bit or not quite flat, just lift your foot and hold it again. You see, so that makes it all nice and straight along there by doing them seam bits. Got 3 reds together there. What's happened there? That doesn't look good, does it? No, you should have something in between. Oh dear. Right, shall I change that? I think I will. It's not as if it's a bar of yellow and I'm going to be out of kilter, out of order. It's a Scottish word, kilter. Dear. Right, so it's going towards the border. So we've got to put this one back where it doesn't want to go, but we're going to strangle it to death. You are going to go there. Butt it up. Hold it. And let it go. There we go. And you can straighten up that edge if it has wandered. So again, and hold. I'm holding it. There we go. See, making sure that blocks down. And that's fine. That's great. It's not great. Run out of cotton in my bobbin. Oh dear Lord. I bet I haven't got another bobbin for. No. Okay, going to put you on pause while I do this. Oh, I filled my bobbins. Filled 3. So, back to it. Make sure my seam's going the right way. This one towards the border, so this one to the block. And we'll go again. Oh, speed down, Bill. That door's. Make sure I'm okay there. Yeah. Right. seam bell. See, took my finger off. Here we go. A long end on that, so I'll trim that off before it gets in the way and annoys me. Again, I know I'm the right way, but reassurance. Reassurance. I'll probably fast forward the rest of this. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to press these now. So that is, it's literally pressing. So that one's naturally towards the border. Now this seam where I've joined the blocks is sticking up, but I'm going to do this one that's going towards the block. See, I said about 4 seams, but actually that's going to be chunky there. I've just thought of that. But I like to do it that way. That's my choice. I could be doing it wrong. So press. If you iron it, you pick all these little seams up, and this one would twist over, things like that. So that's why it's better to press. I'll take it over a wee bit. I'll smooth down that one because there's a bit of heat still in that part of the fabric. But I'll put that one down. Finger press. And I'm just skimming the very top before I press it. Because if I'd done it from this side and just went, it would be all over the place. So it's worth doing this first, this way, I found anyway. And press. Lifted it up because I moved it sideways. I could easily have got that bit over. Just explaining what can go wrong. So I'll finger press that And the reason I do these this way, finger press that one, because it's going the opposite way to what it wants to go. And I don't think I got, don't say that, Bill. I don't think I got one the wrong way. It's not the end of the world, as I say, because I'm going to have it doubled up in certain places, but it's just me. That's hot. Oh yeah, don't look at my nails. I meant to take that off this morning. I was too busy thinking about quilting, filming, and making a banner for my YouTube channel. Lots of things. I'm sitting here enjoying myself. I hope you are too. Relaxing. Doing what I like. What I like doing. See, this one's going up, so all I've got to do is finger press that. Lift it up and press. It's so hard to do that when you've been ironing clothes all your life and suddenly got to do it this way if you're a newbie. And just finger press it down, just helps it go down, and then I'll press a little bit there and then lift it and press it again. I've got the last seam and that to do. Finger press that down, make sure this still stays down, see if my finger caught it. And then what I do, I'll take it like this. I want them main seams to go up a way, facing up, so the iron's running with it. It's all lovely and flat anyway, but I like to go over it again. And this is more of a little iron, just lift it gently, so I do. And so it's pretty flat, but there might be a couple of seams that are bumpy up a bit. That's a good, yeah. Not a bit proud of the thing, not flat. I'll get hold of this language soon, won't I? Hey, it's my natural born language and I'm still struggling. Nerves. My son says, sometimes you sound nervous, Mum. Yeah, I said the last video I did managed to get text on YouTube's now, and I said, nervous. Nervous. There's a couple of people said, you sound so calm. I'm nervous. So there's my little blocks. Really nice. I'm so pleased with it. Yeah. Okay then, so the next section, stop showing you off your nails, Bill. Next section is sewing the strips together. Of course, I've got all these to do first. And I'm lucky. Am I lucky? That'll take me an hour or two, won't it? So we're going to sew these strips together now, like so. I don't want to put that the wrong way. Yeah. One to my right too. And there. Fold it over. Keeping the numbers in so I can tell the top. And then what we're going to do is we're going to butt them again. And we know the long seam where we joined the blocks to the border. So I'm going to put that one to my left, underneath to my left, and the one on top to my right. And I'll remember that all the way down. Okay. Now I can pin that. I meant to say, I don't know if I said that when I was doing the strips. You can pin it just to keep it in some kind of order. So let's butt up. So the one underneath here is going to my left, and the top one is going to my right. I'm not going to pin it all the way down because I'm okay. Fall on the floor. I'm okay with doing that, but that's a good way to do it if you're not too sure or be at peace with it. See? Bottom one to my left, top one to my right, and stick it in there. Okay, so do that and show you this one when it's finished. And I did take a video, but I had half a face, so I'm going to concentrate more on the bed of the sewing machine. And I said I'll show you when I finish. No, I've got to show you it's sewing the strips together, haven't I? So here we go. So I put the two sides together. As I said, like yesterday I had them pinned. So I don't pin them myself. I would have taken them ones out. First stitch of this session. And I must remember, don't talk when the machine's going. That'd be very hard for me, wouldn't it? So again, button up, this one down underneath layer, up, facing towards the needle. And that's all there is to it. I'm saying that. Well, just a matter of placing that one underneath towards the needle, this one button against it, holding it with my finger, make sure everything's nice and flat. This flappy bit is under the foot, and watch out for the sides of the inside square. Don't have to worry about this one, that's not going meeting the seam. But this one is, so put it up away, down. I was going to go out first. I'm so organised. Tip them down the rain. I use a mobility scooter, so I'm sitting down. My knees will get wet. I don't have to go. I can go later. now I have two sections of two strips of my other one, and we're going to join them together now. So fold it over, and we're going to start from the bottom. The reason I start from the bottom is when you do straight strips of just plain fabric, let me put you up so you can see me. When you do straight strips of fabric, like a bargello, and you're putting 2, 3, 4, you know, continuous of the length of 44, the width of fabric, you keep going the same way and it curves. It slightly curves. It's just the stitching and the pressure and all that of the machine, I presume. I don't think that would happen here because we've got so many small pieces and that, but I'm going to do it that way just in case. I'm not experienced enough to know that, if I'd get away from it. So I'm going to start with the bottom, because I started for the two sections. I started at the top from the number where I put the numbers to the top. So I'm going to start from the bottom, cover myself. So all it is actually, if I'd ironed that, they would have they butt up, no bother if the seams are ironed. This one I didn't do for some reason, and it's just a matter of that. Let me put this on the machine and I'll put you down to have a look. Sound a bit frustrated because I'm having trouble with this camera. Get it in the position, because if I put it on a machine, you know, I had half of my face. I had to do it all again, film it again. I'm complaining, yeah. And so yeah, trying to get it right, you know, put it on the bed, put it me. So I'm going to see if I can put it straight onto the sewing bed without half of me. And stop wobbling machine. That's it. Because if I want to fast forward, you can see my mouth going like that, you know. Which it usually does, as you know, as you will get to know. Okay, so just making sure my seams are okay. That one goes up, so this one goes down. Let's just double check. I didn't press this one, it's my own fault. I'll just get hold of that, just to make sure that edge is straight. Get to my seam, get myself out of a tangle here. So that's up, so this one's down. Yeah, it's my own fault. You should have pressed it out. So there it is, 4 strips that way. So I should do the same with the rest. Plus I've got another single one because I've got 11 rows, 11 strips. But yeah, very nice. So here I'm putting the last 2 sections. I've still got 1 strip to go on the end, but that's okay. But there's the last big sections, so it's a bit more awkward to work with, so I thought I'd show you a little bit of this as well. I have a little table at the side of me here as well to take some of the weight. So that's up away, down, pull that over so it's all nice and straight. So now you've got to think about this weight dragging here as well. It's just that little bit more awkward to begin with. But get yourself organised first, and we'll be alright then. Well, if you get yourself organised. I'm going a wee bit faster now. Now I've got the swing of it. Now I know what I'm doing. Just when you start, go at your own pace, what you're comfortable with. Yeah, for all the numbering, I did put 2 rows, 7 next to 5 or something like that. In case you look at the original on the bed and then look at the finished product, how comes they're in a different order? I would never do that, but I think some people might. I don't know. I can get away with this. It's not a precision thing. Thank goodness. Well, it'd been a bit of unpicking if it was. It won't be the first time, won't be the last. But I've done that. See me quilt it all together. Didn't like it. Unpicked it all. Especially when I had an old machine. And then the quilt sat there for a while, not finished because I didn't like it. Unpicked it. Done it again. I've got a bit of patience for that, so I have. The only good thing about me. See, that's sort of getting a bit weighty there on this corner. Lift it up. And again, you can quilt this, pin it. It will save all this little bit of fussing around because you're there. Just me personally like to be reassured when I get to the point. I don't know, maybe use less pins when you're a little bit more experienced. I mean, I do use them. Just making sure that's nice and straight. Coming to the end. And there's my numbers. 10, 9, 4. It's gone kaput. Oh, no. Not the end of the world. No harm done. My own design, my own pattern, to do what I want, can't I? That's the join there. 2. So I've got one more to put on this side here, last side. Now I've put borders on the quilt, and I'm just going to show you the last section. I've put the 1.5 on the 2 sides, so just like this. Then I've cut 4.5 strips and put the big borders on. Kept it the same. I think it's quite nice like this. I like this black. So I'm just going to put this one on here. I'll fast forward it, I know I will, to the last section. More weight, etc. here. So don't pull it too tight. Well, don't pull it tight at all, just rest it on there. Come to the edge here, I'll just fold this bit back, line it up with your border, and crease it. Hold on, I'll straighten that. I'm going to straighten out after. Get my scissors, and cut that off there. Not straight, but I can straighten that up after it. It takes all that flappiness out. And that's one quilt top finished. I shall press it. If it stays dry, I'll hang it on a washing line to show you all, rather than the bed. Get a better picture that way.